Welcome, everybody.
We're trying to get one of our students on, but the Chromebook is blocking him, so we're trying to figure it out. But we'll keep working on it, just so you know. He's trying to get in.
I never get my Chromebook to connect. In fact, I actually took it and traded it back at the store. So just the FYI.
Well, keep us posted as we move along. So it is 6:03. We are ready to start the live stream.
Okay,
now.
what's it telling him?
Meredith, maybe he should call in.
Well, I guess my question would be, because we have a lot of guests with us and we also have a lot of staff for tech support. So who is it that needs assistance? And maybe we can help them offline. Hey, Edie, who is it?
It's James.
Okay.
So James Torres.
Here, I miss you.
So I would say for those guests that are on, if you could mute yourself, that would be really helpful. Okay. We're going to begin. Is someone helping that student, or do we need to arrange that before we start?
We're getting him on a phone.
Okay. Excellent. All right. We're going to begin. I will now call to order the study session meeting of March 15th, 2021. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting is being held electronically, and members of the council are participating remotely pursuant to the council's electronic participation policy. Public access to the meeting is available on the local government access channel 8 for Comcast subscribers, on the city's YouTube channel online, and by telephone using the call-in numbers posted on the meeting agenda. Joanna, will you call the roll, please?
Mayor Leidy.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilford.
Here.
Councilmember Witkovich.
Here.
Councilmember Peterson.
Here.
Councilmember Downing.
Here.
Councilmember Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Goff.
Here.
Councilmember Duran Mollica. Councilmember Escobar.
Here.
Thank you.
Excellent. So I want to formally welcome everyone. We would prefer to see you in person, but we also didn't want to cancel. And so we're really glad we were able to do this virtually, because it is so important for us to come together and celebrate these young men and women. So I'd like to turn it over to Jenny Murphy, our community outreach coordinator, and she is going to present the Northglenn students who have been nominated for the Adams County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Awards. I will share my screen, but Jenny, the floor is yours.
That's great. Thank you so much. In all the years that I've done this, I've never done it in this format, but due to the weather, I guess we're pretty thankful that it is virtual tonight. I'd like to welcome all of our special guests tonight, and City Council and Mayor, of course, and then all of the families and friends that are watching also. Tonight, we're going to recognize the 2021 nominees for the Adams County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Award. 24 amazing students from Northglenn High School, Vantage Point High School, and Northglenn Middle School will be honored tonight. So, the Adams County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Award is presented to youth in grades 6 through 12 and up to 20 years of age, who serve as role models and an inspiration to all of us. The mission statement of the Adams County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Award is to identify and recognize young people who have overcome obstacles through service to self, family, school, or community, and to offer them opportunities for further development as valued and contributing members of society. The 24 students that we are honoring this evening have created positive change in their own personal lives in the face of considerable adversity. I'd like to share just a small portion of each of their amazing accomplishments. Some of these nominations tonight were very long, and so we had to shorten them. And others were brief, but still very meaningful. After I read each nomination, I'd like to ask if the nominee and or nominator both would like to share just a few brief words, and then we'll go on to the next person, if that's all right with you. Okay, let's get started. Thank you. So our first nominee is Juan Arredondo. And Juan is a senior at Vantage Point High School and was nominated by Miss Andrea O'Kell. Juan is just amazing. If you met Juan a year ago, you wouldn't recognize the young man in front of you. Today, Juan is an upstanding gentleman who makes the world a better place. His perseverance is truly inspiring when you consider the amount of racism, bullying, and brutality that Juan faced growing up. He was swallowed whole by gang life and the promise to belong to something. After surviving drive-bys, addiction, suicide attempts, jail time, and a near-fatal accident, Juan decided to take control of his life and be a product of an environment that he created. Now he leads with integrity, curiosity, and kindness. He shows up every day. He is a 2021 graduate, the two-time recipient of Student of the Quarter, and was named this month's Student of the Month by the Northglenn Rotary Club. So I'd like to ask if Juan's present tonight, and I know his teacher, Miss O'Kell, is here tonight. If you, either one of you would like to say something.
I just want to say thank you very much, Andrea. I really appreciate this. I am honored. And I miss going to school. Miss having you in class as my teacher. You really inspired me to do be a better version of myself every day. And I became more literate taking your classes than I was before. Thank you very much.
Well, you are very deserving, Juan. I'm very proud. We're all very proud of you at Vantage Point. So keep doing big things. You're going to go very far in life. Very proud of you.
Congratulations, Juan. I'm really proud of you also. I feel like I know you now, and I'm just amazed at how well you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next we have Brandon Aviles, and he's a senior at Vantage Point High School and was nominated by Miss Kira Aristad. Brandon started high school at another Adams 12 large high school. He was surrounded by a group that skipped class and left him high and dry when trouble occurred. He was on the sports team but couldn't play due to grades and not attending class. His sophomore year drastically changed the course of his school plans. He was arrested and expelled. Trust between family and friends was hurt. Relationships were broken. Brandon attended the Vista View program, which allowed him to continue his education and give him a time to evaluate his actions, goals, and future possibilities. He then had the choice to attend Vantage Point High School. A very talented athlete, Brandon was just getting back to playing football and running track, and the pandemic hit. Games were canceled and hopes dashed, but Brandon persevered through school. Several schools are now offering him letters of intent. Brandon is a stand-up leader, cares for everyone, and mentors other students that are struggling. Brandon has received several school awards and will graduate on time. He is rebuilding his relationships with his family. A few comments from Vista View teachers. Brandon has grit. He's a true leader and will continue to do great things. Brandon is a bright light, confident, and respectful. He is a model student and leads by example. Brandon has made massive changes. Awesomeness describes Brandon. And Miss Aristad, are you here? And Brandon, would you like to say a few words?
I am here. Brandon, are you? Hopefully. There's a lot of people on the call. I'll start. I couldn't be more proud of Brandon. I had the luxury of having him in leadership, and there's no one better to take the title of leader than Brandon. I think he embodies what he wants to do for his future, and it's a blessing to have had him in class, and I am so proud of him for graduating and just being the upstanding young man that he is. So congratulations, Brandon. I'm proud of you.
And Brandon, are you on the call right now? If he comes on later, we'd love to hear from him also, but I'm really proud of Brandon also. And next we have Michael Bravo, and he was nominated by his teacher, Mary Smith. He's a sixth grader at Northglenn Middle School. At a very young age, Michael has dealt with great loss. He was very close to his grandmother, and
How comes I can't get here?
Has been very difficult. Despite the huge impact of this loss, Michael has endured and keeps a positive attitude. He is doing a fantastic job, especially in language arts. Michael is a leader and encourages and energizes all his classmates. He is a positive influence at Northglenn Middle School, especially through remote learning. Congratulations, Michael, are you online? And if so, maybe Ms. Smith is also. Is Michael or Ms. Smith online tonight? Well, congratulations, Michael, and keep up the great work. We're really proud of you. And next we have Jesus Cardenas. Jesus is a junior at Vantage Point High School and was nominated by Mr. Michael Machado. I'm going to read what Michael wrote. The first time I had Jesus as a student was back in 2019. At that point, it was almost impossible to get a word out of him in class. He didn't participate or contribute, and his grade in my class reflected as much. When he was placed in my U.S. history class this past fall, I expected more of the same. But I couldn't have been more wrong. The transformation in Jesus as a student has been nothing short of remarkable. The fact that he's done a complete 180 during a pandemic and in a remote setting makes his transformation all the more incredible. Jesus is now an active participant in class on a regular basis. His contributions are thoughtful, insightful, and serve as an asset both to me as a teacher and to his fellow classmates. This young man has contributed to my development as an educator. He's taught me to always keep an open mind about my students. He's taught me not to allow my expectations or previous opinion of a student to inhibit their growth and development. I owe him a great deal. If you choose Jesus for this award, you can rest assured that you will have made an excellent decision. Jesus deserves it. And I couldn't have changed any of this. It had to be Michael's words, because I think that shows how much we can learn from young people and not to judge others. So congratulations, Jesus. And if you're on the line, Mr. Machado, love to hear from you both.
Jesus, you out there, buddy? All right. Well, you know, as I said, Jesus, his transformation really was nothing short of incredible. Really has been an honor and a privilege to be his teacher. And I know it's cliche, but this young man has moved me forward as an educator in an extraordinary way. I feel very, very grateful to Jesus. And I'm very proud of him. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much, Michael, and congratulations again, Jesus. And next we have Jesus Sanchez Cardona, and he's a sixth grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Biller. Jesus is a sixth grader at Northglenn Middle School. While transitioning to middle school can be very stressful even during normal times, it poses a new set of challenges during a global pandemic. Jesus, like other students, has had to adjust to the shifts between remote learning and hybrid learning while adjusting to middle school life. However, Jesus also had to deal with the death of his father in November. He informed teachers of his father's death by sending them all an email apologizing that his work submission would be a little delayed since his father had died over the weekend. Since then, Jesus has worked diligently to make up assignments and stay engaged with learning. Teachers describe him as respectful, responsible, positive, and hardworking. When I asked Jesus what helps him overcome adversity, he attributes his strength to his grandpa. He says he enjoys spending time with his grandpa and appreciates his constant support. Jesus's mom also attributes his strength to his grandfather. She says Jesus is a positive person because his grandpa has always been a positive influence in his own life, even though there have been adversities. According to Jesus's mom, Jesus describes the adversities as everything happens for a reason. Jesus' kindness extends outside of school also. His mom says that he helps his cousins as autism, and he is very patient and likes to play with him and help him a lot. In terms of education, Jesus sometimes works at a local junkyard on the weekends so that he can realize how important it is to have a good education by working hard. We recognize his strength and positivity.
Heaven won a really important award, like a city award.
She says that Jesus is her rock, always helping her to keep going and supporting her. Jesus, are you on the line this evening? And Miss Biller? Congratulations, and we're just so proud of you. Keep up the great work. Next, we want to honor Mia Diaz. And Mia Diaz is a seventh grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Megan Welsh. Mia has experienced a great deal of adversity and loss in her very young life. Despite all of the hard situations that she has endured, Mia is an amazing young person. She is very kind, caring, polite, and responsible. Mia is home alone all day while her father works, and she takes the initiative to be in her online classes. Mia works hard each day to be successful in her education. Ms. Welch says that Mia is a pleasure to talk to and work with. She is very deserving of this award. Congratulations, Mia. And if you're on the line, we'd love to hear from you and Ms. Welch.
And Jenny, if you want to remind folks, they can press *6 to unmute.
Okay.
If they're on the phone.
And everyone, you can push *6 to unmute. So Mia, are you with us this evening? Or Ms. Welsh? Okay, we'll go on to the next recipient, and that's Galindo, and he's a 7th grader and was nominated by Mr. Zach Foster. Gael has demonstrated leadership within his community by researching problems within his community and finding solutions to those problems. He researched the low CPR bystander rate in Colorado and found that the state does not require CPR training in high school. A possible solution to the problem is to train as many young people as possible in CPR. He feels that the capacity of being able to step in and save one's life is a skill that all young people should have. Recently, he represented his school and community in presenting his findings and offering his perspective to the American Heart Association at their Heart of the City campaign launch. Gael is a bright and intuitive leader in his community and worthy of consideration for this great honor. He has also shown excellence by being part of the middle school CU pre-collegiate program. He was accepted into the program due to his academic ability as well as his leadership skills. I know with Gael's academic strength and leadership abilities, he will be able to accomplish whatever is put in front of him. It's with great pleasure that we recognize him. And if you're on the phone this evening, you can certainly join us and say a few words. Also, Mr. Foster.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for having me here.
You're so welcome. We're just so proud of you and all of your accomplishments. We know you're going to just do great things. We're really proud of you. I'm sure your family is also.
Thank you, yeah.
You're welcome. All right. And next we have Gonzalez, and he's an 8th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Barone. Despite a great deal of loss and adversity, continues to achieve his goals. Has lost several family members due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He continues to do so well in school despite all of the many changes that have happened in his personal life and throughout the entire pandemic. Is a great student and works hard even through so much adversity. Miss Barone says he is a pleasure to have in class and she knows he's going to do great things. Are you with us this evening? Miss Barone, are you here tonight? We're super proud of you, and we know you're going to do amazing things in your future. Okay, and next we have Bradley Hernandez. Bradley's an 8th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was also nominated by Miss Barone. Bradley has had a very rough year. In the beginning of the year, Bradley's brother was in a very bad car accident. Bradley and his family had to spend several months going back and forth to the hospital. Bradley would sometimes join the Google Meet from the hospital. Through all of the adversity of this accident and the pandemic, Bradley kept up with his academics. He has and continues to persevere. Bradley is a kind and great student. He is a joy to have in class. Congratulations, Bradley. And if you're on the phone this evening or with us, we'd like to hear from you and Ms. Barone. And I'll ask again at the very end, just in case someone joins us late. Okay, our next student is Joseph Humbert. Joseph is an 8th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Welch. Despite the loss of a close family member, Joseph has persevered. His resilience is beyond admirable. Although there have been a few bumps in the road, Joseph is now fully engaged in his online learning. His teachers speak of him as one of the top participants in his classes. They praise the kindness he exudes, always showing care to those around him. Ms. Welch says that I'm extremely pleased and honored as Joseph's counselor to nominate him for this recognition. He is one of the most kind-hearted students that I have ever known. He genuinely cares about others in a way that most people his age haven't fully discovered yet. Congratulations, Joseph. And if you'd like to say a few words, we'd love to hear from you. Okay, we'll ask again at the end. Our next nominee is Hope Lodwick. And Hope is a 7th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Jill Martinez. Hope Lodwick has been nominated because of her leadership and role modeling. She is an extremely motivated student. She's eager to please her teachers by showing her academic best. One example of Hope showing leadership is through her perseverance in math class. She has expressed that math is not always her best subject, but she continues to work through problems that are difficult. She never gives up. She works hard, asks good questions, and encourages others in class. Hope has chosen to stay online for the remainder of the school year and is fully engaged in class remotely. It is almost as though she is in person the way she interacts with teachers and peers while online. Another way Hope has shown perseverance is through her attendance. Given the fact that we have endured a pandemic, this has not seemed to affect Hope in her love for school. She has been in attendance every day. With the number of changes throughout the school year, she's only missed 2 days. Hope is also involved in her community through Northglenn Community Center. She is actively involved in the theater program. I truly believe that Hope is very deserving of this nomination, as she has been a leader and role model while attending Northglenn Middle School. Congratulations, Hope. And are you with us this evening to say a few words?
I'd like to say thank you, and I'm happy to be here.
Congratulations to you, Hope. And I know everybody's super proud of you, and we look forward to seeing you in the future doing great things. Thank you. And our next nominee Mayor, could you change the slide, please? Thank you. Our next nominee is Annabelle Martinez, and she's a junior at Northglenn High School and was nominated by Corinne Finken. Annabelle has gone through tremendous adversity and difficult times. Despite going between many homes and extremely difficult situations, Annabelle has been motivated to work hard for what she has. Annabelle works many hours at her job to be able to feed herself and her sisters. She has used the tough times to motivate her and to get her where she has gotten. Annabelle used work and school as a getaway from an abusive home. At this breaking point, Annabelle moved in with her sister. Her 22-year-old sister has now adopted her so that she can have stability and consistency in her life. Annabelle has saved money for a car to get to school and work. Everything Annabelle has gone through has pushed her to get where she has gotten because of her willingness to do well in life. Annabelle and her sister are helping each other and are looking to get a home of their own. She hopes to go to college after high school. Annabelle is a strong young woman who has gone through so much. She focuses on the positive and has an endless drive to be successful, and she will. Congratulations to you, Annabelle, and would you like to say a few words, or Miss Finken?
I wanted to say thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome. Congratulations.
Annabelle, I'm so proud of you. You've made it so far. Keep it up. You're going to go so far in life.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And next we have Maddie Mcpherson, and she was nominated by Mr. Michael Stelling. She's a senior at Northglenn High School. Mr. Stelling shared with me that Maddie was such a special student in person. I received her nomination first, as Mr. Stelling always has to be first, and was so impressed and excited to read Maddie's nomination. Despite struggling with sensory processing and autism spectrum disorder, Maddie has endured through her hard work. She has endured physical and occupational therapy and has often felt uncomfortable in her own skin. Sometimes it has been challenging to make real friends. Maddie has been working hard to set goals, appropriately socializing with peers and adults, persevering and advocating for herself, and self-accommodation. Maddie has shown other students how to overcome adversity. She is also a contributor to her community through volunteering at her church. Maddie's life career goal is to empower individuals who have special needs. She would like to open a business that employs those with special needs. Pizzability is a restaurant known for hiring people with special needs, and Maddie would like to use a similar concept for a coffee shop. Through STEM, she works on this plan. Mr. Stelling hopes to see Maddie on the front cover of Forbes magazine or Disability Horizons one day. And we'd love to have her open a coffee shop in Northglenn. Congratulations, Maddie. And I know that Mr. Stelling is here, and we hope you are also to say a few words.
I just wanted to say thank you. This recognition really means a lot, and it's great to be here. So,
thank you, Maddie. Nice to meet you.
Maddie is a brave, brilliant, inspirational young lady. She's my hero. So,
wow. That's great. It's been nice getting to meet you through Mr. Stelling's words, and you've got a friend in me anytime, Maddie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And our next nominee is Zinn Miles, and she's an 8th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Welsh. Zinn started Northglenn Middle School in 7th grade, and right away, she struck me as a very exceptional child and student. She's mature, polite, respectful, bright, and one of the hardest working students that Miss Welsh had ever met. She's always at the top of her class and goes above and beyond her teachers' expectations. Recently, she experienced a very sudden and great loss. Despite her reservations about falling behind, she was encouraged to take a few weeks away to mourn her loss and begin her healing process. She went out of state to be with support of extended family for a while. Upon her return, she returned to her online learning. And despite this most challenging of losses, she's returned to online school fully committed to her learning and her future success. Her work ethic is unparalleled, and her resiliency is among the strongest that we've ever seen. It's our pleasure to be able to recognize her with this award this evening. And if you're on the line with us, we'd love to hear from you. And if Miss Welsh is here now, please speak up.
I'd just like to thank everybody for the award. It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us get to know you a little better, and congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And our next nominee is Miriam Feda Mohammed, and she's a senior at Northglenn High School and was nominated by Miss Rayanne Armiel. And she writes, I am writing to highlight Miriam, a senior at Northglenn High School. I have watched her grow for the past 3.5 years during her high school career. I remember her as being a strong female from the very first time I met her. She's always been very polite and is extremely intelligent. These are not the things that define her, however. She is much more than a brilliant young woman. Miriam has been a successful part of the P-TECH program, which is a computer science pathway through Front Range Community College. She will graduate next year with her associate's degree, taking college courses on top of all of her other responsibilities. There have been many challenges throughout Miriam's time at Northglenn and throughout her life. For one, Miriam's mom does not speak English fluently, so she is often needed to help with translation. Her dad was in his home country, separated from the family for many years, and Miriam helps care for a younger family member also. Additionally, I know Miriam has held jobs throughout high school to help support and care for her family. Miriam has often missed classes to help out at home, help with translations for her mom, help work to bring dad to America, and take care of herself with a few different health issues in the past few years. Even though she has missed a lot of school, Miriam keeps up with all her work and gets amazing grades. This year, her hard work of helping mom with translations paid off. Dad was able to make it to the U.S. and is now home, reunited with their family. Teachers are not often aware of everything Miriam helps out with and deals with outside of school. Oftentimes, her teachers only see her absences. Even though her teachers can have a lack of empathy or understanding, Miriam works hard to make up assignments and is always kind to all of her teachers. Her grades are far better than some of my harder workers who are in class every day. Miriam is one of the kindest, strongest, honest, most humble, and most real people I have ever met. She is someone who knows how to advocate for herself, point out wrongdoings, and be a leader. She is someone I could see being a diplomat or a political leader in the future. I know her passion is in computer science, specifically cybersecurity, but she truly has the skills to go anywhere she wants in life. Overall, Miriam is someone who deserves to shine in the spotlight. She's always concerned about others and has not been recognized for all the amazing qualities she has. She's been a great member of the Northglenn community and will always have a special place in Miss Armijo's heart. Congratulations, Miriam and Miss Armijo. If you both would like to say a few words, we'd love to hear from you both.
I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your guys' day and being here. And also I want to thank Mrs. Armijo because she's been like the only teacher that's really been there for me through everything, believed in me through all of my hardships, and really has bothered to check up on me and ask how I'm doing. And she really makes like coming to school worth it because like seeing her smiling face all the time, even if she's stressed, helps relieve the stress off of the other students and myself for sure. And I owe her everything. She's the one teacher in high school or the one counselor, trusted adult I have in high school that I will forever be thankful for. And I hope if in the future when I have kids that they will have a teacher like Miss Armijo.
Thank you so much, Miriam. That just gives us all such hope. You know, you're going to do great things in your future, and we're just so proud of you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So proud of you, Miriam. Keep up the good job.
Thank you, Miss Armijo.
Our next nominee is Adrian, and he is a senior at Vantage Point, nominated by Miss Jenny Rendon. Gabe deserves to be nominated for the Adams County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Award because of his perseverance and strong will to succeed. Gabe is an outstanding student at Vantage Point High School and has proven to himself and others around him that he can complete any task that he sets his mind to. Over the last 2 years that Gabe has been a student at Vantage Point, he has shown self-discipline, strong self-will, and most importantly, a high school graduate. Gabe is a respectful, courageous, positive role model for his school and his community and deserves to be nominated for this award. When she first met Gabe, he really didn't have very much to say. He hung out in the background and laughed at everyone with his unique standout laugh. Every morning before school started, Gabe and a couple of his friends would sit in her office, clean their shoes, and eat their breakfast. I would just sit there reading my emails, getting ready for the day to start, and listen to them laugh at each other, as the kids say, clown on each other. Eventually, I would have to kick them out of my office so they wouldn't be late to class. After many daily morning meetings, morning visits, I was able to get to know Gabe and his story. He has had to overcome and persevere through a lot of difficult challenges that were laid out in front of him at such a young age. Despite his situation, he still showed up at school early every day with a smile and respect for not only himself, but his peers and the staff at Vantage Point. Gabe is a strong-willed, positive, and encouraging student for his classmates and the staff at Vantage Point. Gabe has had a different and challenging upbringing that most of us aren't used to. He had to become an adult at such a young age and become responsible for himself and his actions, all while being a teenager, which is a challenge in itself. Gabe has spent most of his life being raised by his aunt and grandma, who decided to care for him when he was a baby and give him the life he deserved. Gabe came to Vantage Point High School in January of 2019 and had to complete and pass a 9-week course called the Discovery Program. The program teaches students life skills such as anger and time management, organization and preparation skills. We believe that they need to be successful not only in their academics, but in their day-to-day lives. With the completion of the program and support from the Vantage Point staff, Gabe was able to earn credit and skills toward completing his high school career. Although there have been many obstacles in his way, he found a way around them and now is a 2021 high school senior and will get his diploma in a few short months. Having to become an adult at such a young age, Gabe has not only proven to himself his self-worth, but to all his supporters along the way. Gabe's continuous dedication to his future, his family, and his peers makes him the perfect candidate for the Adams County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Award. Congratulations, Gabe and Miss Rendon. Would you both like to say a few words?
Go ahead and speak.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Well, you're just so happy you're speechless, right? You don't know what to say right now.
For real. Thank you. I'm honored.
Congratulations. I bet your family's really, really proud of you.
Yeah, you made my grandma cry.
Or you made my grandma cry.
Oh, that's
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. Is Miss Rendon with us this evening? All right. Well, congratulations, Gabe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Our next nominee is DeLauren Padilla, and she's a sophomore at Northglenn.
How do you do unmute?
And she's a sophomore at Northglenn High School and was nominated by Caroline Marjoyles. DeLauren has overcome so many obstacles. As a student on an IEP, she has faced numerous challenges in school. Last year, she did not attend very much, struggled to complete work, and wasn't sure where she fit in school. During remote learning, she has attended every day, overcome the challenges of remote learning on top of her additional challenges addressed. And she even did so well in her support in her support English class that she was able to test out of the class altogether. Through her hard work, dedication, and the support of her family, she has completely turned her high school career around. A key factor that helped DeLauren turn remote learning to her advantage was the extremely tough decision to stay a remote-only student. She decided to sacrifice her social connections for her academic success, and it has completely paid off. She has also realized that she can maintain social connections remotely while no longer getting distracted by them. DeLauren has seized remote learning by the horns and has come out on top. DeLauren has benefited her community by becoming a leader in her own right. She influences group decisions, leads her PBL group, has grown into a role model for her peers, and she has benefited herself by working hard and finding the positive in the challenges that she has faced. These challenges have only made her stronger, and they have transformed her into a young woman who is proud of all of her accomplishments. She's proud of her hard work and sense of self. It is hard to put into words how much DeLauren has transformed, and it makes everyone so proud. As her teacher and case manager, but also as someone who has been so lucky to meet DeLauren at all. She is seriously an incredible student and person, and we are all so proud and fortunate to know her. Congratulations, DeLauren. Are you with us to say a few words tonight? And Carolyn, are you?
So congratulations, DeLauren. I'm super proud of you. And if she shows up later, I'm sure she'll have something to say.
Absolutely. We're so proud of her also. Congratulations. And next we have Evan Roman, and Evan was nominated by Miss Daleen Bricker, and he's a junior at Northglenn High School. Despite a rough start in life, Evan and his sister were adopted by his aunt and uncle. Evan was in therapy by age 4 for severe anger issues. Through many life changes and emotional ups and downs, Evan was expelled from 2 schools. Evan and his sister moved between homes and didn't live in any one place for more than 3 years. He didn't stay at any school long enough to make friends, and no one understood his situation. Evan now lives with his uncle and says, "I wouldn't say I've had a hard life. I still have a lot to live, just a rough childhood." Miss Bricker says that he is an example of how Evan looks at life. He has an unbelievable spirit. He currently has excellent attendance and a climbing 3.0 grade point average. He's involved in sports, biomed, FCS, and FCCLA. Evan lifts those up around him with his positive energy. He wants to be a positive role model for his sister and brother. He is a true leader in the classroom and works extremely hard every day. Despite a very challenging year for students, Evan is kind, responsible, and remains positive. He is a strong and ever-achieving man. Congratulations, Evan. And I hope you're here to say a few words along with Miss Bricker tonight.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Evan. I'm proud of you, and thank you to the City of Northglenn for doing this. We're so lucky that we get to honor students like Evan, and so he's amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you both so much for being here this evening, and Evan, we're just really proud of you. Thank you so much. And our next nominee is Heavenly Roybal. She's an 8th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Ann Ambusk. Heavenly has many major issues in her life that she's been dealing with. She was very much struggling academically. This in turn was affecting her self-confidence and her self-esteem. She would not talk in class for fear of looking stupid. She made excuses as to why her homework wasn't done. Heavenly, like so many other girls her age, was continuously dealing with interpersonal problems with other girls, constantly finding herself in the middle of difficult situations that did not turn out well. Heavenly also found herself on the receiving end of being bullied, and it affected her to the point that she was really struggling with functioning at school. Heavenly ultimately ended up receiving behavior referrals, detentions, and was frequently seen by the school counselor for intervention, support, and multiple mediations with other students. Heavenly also experienced great loss. She wants to be able to talk to someone about things. She works to let things out. She works to not let things get to her and says, I try my best to stay happy and always think about the positive things. In asking Heavenly how she deals with issues she has faced in middle school, she responded, all of these things have made me stronger, and I now will ask for help and ask for advice from people like friends and some family members. I sometimes talk to myself saying, I got this, and to keep trying and keep going even when it's really hard. I try not to give up on anything. I tell myself to stay strong and keep smiling. Mr. Ian Sablish, Heavenly's language arts teacher, said that this is of her progress, that she is doing all of these challenges with remote learning during the pandemic. Between last year and this year, she has grown both personally and academically through adversity and family, and compounded by the pandemic. In remote class this year, Heavenly is on her microphone and or camera every day, volunteering to read or share, asking questions, and always encouraging others. She's consistently completing her work and homework, even asking for feedback on ways to improve. Heavenly is interacting and supporting other students in ways she couldn't have done last year. And she's always helping other students with remote learning. Heavenly already feels she's working hard to be a role model to others. I feel like I have been a positive role model by showing the good and positive things around my siblings and my family, and even at school. And I do try my best to be a good role model, especially for my younger siblings. One thing about my behavior that has changed is taking things seriously when I need to and paying attention when needed, because that way we can get somewhere awesome. Heavenly continues to work hard on being more focused, staying positive, and being a good role model for those around her. Congratulations, Heavenly. Are you with us this evening to say a few words?
Yes. Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Great. We're so proud of you, Heavenly. And is Miss Ambus with us?
Hi, yes, I'm here as well. And I'm very proud of how Heavenly has really taken her 8th grade year seriously and made some significant changes this year, and excited to watch her growth through high school.
We know she's going to do great things. Congratulations again. And next we have Elena Sadie. I think that's how I say that. She's a 6th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Smith. She's a leader and leads by example. She's always on tasks and carries a very positive attitude. She is motivated and goes the extra mile. Despite our current pandemic, she has modeled extraordinary character during this very difficult time. She takes advantage of every academic support offered to her and has the mental drive to learn and grow. She and her family migrated from Algeria, and they speak Berber. They endured anti-racism while she and her family were in public interacting in their language. A random citizen made a comment to them stating to go back to where they came from. Although she and her family have lived in the United States for several years, they all remain positive and believe in the American dream. And we believe in you, and we're so proud of you, and congratulations. And I know you're on here this evening, and we'd love to hear you say a few words.
I just want to say thank you very much for knitting me, and I have made it here without all the teachers and counselors. And I don't need to say their names, and I just want to say in general, thank you to teachers and my parents for motivating me. And where I come from, education is not like something everyone can have. I really take advantage of what I have right now and that I can learn. So thank you very much to everyone who supports me.
And Miss Smith, are you with us this evening? Well, I know she's so proud of you, and we're proud of you and your mom and dad, and you and your mom and dad. And we're so glad you're in Northglenn. So glad you're in Northglenn.
Thank you. And thank you, Mrs. Smith, for nominating me and everyone that supported me. Thank you, and I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And next we have Evelyn Ann Smith, and she was nominated by Miss Aristad. She's a junior at Vantage Point High School. Miss Aristad says that Evelyn Ann was a quiet soul with a big story when they first met. Evelyn's road to Vantage Point High School was filled with some adversity and challenges. At a young age, Evelyn struggled with health issues. Friend groups were of challenge and extreme bullying took place. It seemed teachers were worried, but never enough. They reached out to her family. They never reached out to her family or to her directly to give her help. Evelyn struggled with focusing her freshman year. Through her sophomore year, things seemed bleak on top of moving to Colorado. She experienced a great loss in her life, and in her words, I held on to grief for a long time. Evelyn began counseling, and through searching, and through searching, her mom found Vantage Point High School. At wit's end, they were willing to try our little alternative school, as Miss Aristad states. Meeting Priestley at Vantage Point, she felt seen, authentic, and real for the very first time. Evelyn began to get back on track, caring about others and wanting to be part of something bigger. She wanted to be the brave, powerful woman that her grandmother told her she was. Evelyn says that Vantage Point saved her life when she was at her absolute lowest. Evelyn constantly helps others and is recognized for her empathy, integrity, and improvement. She inspires others and has set the goal to graduate. She definitely is making us all proud. Congratulations, Evelyn. And I know that Miss Aristad is so proud of you also. Do you both want to say a few words?
I just firstly would like to say how much I appreciate being nominated. That it really came out of nowhere, and it means a lot to me. And I just really wanted to say thank you to Kira, especially for nominating me, and that I hope to make myself and everybody proud.
I'm sure that you will.
Hi, Evelyn and everybody else. Evelyn is like just a gem. She's a gem. She's a gem, and I'm so proud of her. I could expound if, as Jenny knows, my application essays are really long. because usually I have to expound. But Evelyn is one of those students that you come across every so often that just kind of clicks and fits. And I couldn't be more proud of her. So way to go, Evelyn.
Thank you for sharing her with us. She's going to do great things. And next we have Yesenia Steins. And Yesenia is a 7th grader at Northglenn Middle School and was nominated by Miss Jill Martinez. Yesenia is a very positive leader in all of her classes. She shows a positive attitude even with the many changes that she's experienced this school year. She is engaged in her remote learning. She now advocates for herself when she does not know what to do, and she has learned some great communication skills. Yesenia is a hard worker, and she does not settle for the easy answer or just a surface understanding. She always digs for the next level answer and works to make connections between what she knows and what she is learning. This is all despite the fact that her mother has ongoing health issues. Yesenia is able to persevere when times get stressful and is able to use her skills and knowledge to get her through her worries and all of her stress. She's very deserving of this award, and she will continue to grow and do amazing things as a young lady. Congratulations, Yesenia. I know your mom is so proud of you, and Miss Martinez also. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Miss Martinez for picking me up from the student I was and helping me become an amazing student and my best self, and I'm honored.
Well, I've talked to your mom a couple of times, and I know how proud she is also, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Congratulations. And our next nominee is James Torres. And James is a senior at Vantage Point High School and was nominated by Andrea O'Cal. James has faced the unimaginable. Every day he found himself in a hell caused by an abusive and alcoholic father. Raised by a single mom with 7 other siblings, the family often struggled to make ends meet. In school, James battled to be an A student that his sisters were. When the pandemic hit, his family lost their source of income, and he no longer had in-person support from his teachers. Then, one tragic night in June, he lost his mom, the only support system he ever had. What's more incredible than James's adversity, though, is how he has persevered. He returned to Vantage Point in the fall, succeeded in his classes despite being remote, and is set to graduate next quarter, all while taking on more adult responsibilities at home. James and his family should be very proud of this young man in front of us today. And I'd just like to say congratulations, James, and Miss O'Kell, thank you for sharing James with us. Would you both like to say a few words?
Thank you for having me today, and thank you, Andrea, for believing in me and nominating me.
It was my pleasure, James. James, all of my nominations were special, but yeah, you and the next nominee as well. You guys, I'm so proud of you. The entire staff is so proud of you. And can't wait to see what you do. I really think you're starting a new chapter in your life and you can really go somewhere. So congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you, James. And again, I feel like I know you, even though I haven't met you in person. Miss O'Kell's nomination was very moving and just so proud of you. Congratulations. And now we're going to meet James's twin sister, Jasmine Torres. And Jasmine is a senior at Vantage Point High School and was nominated by Miss Edie Marciano. Throughout school, Jasmine has faced a lot of trials and tribulations. She was continuously dealing with an alcoholic and abusive father and watched her mother struggle to take care of 9 kids and endure their father's torture. Prior to entering high school, 3 of her siblings had attended Vantage Point High School and succeeded. During her sophomore year, Jasmine needed a change because she was failing horribly. She saw how better things were for her siblings at Vantage Point. So she too decided to attend along with her twin brother, James. She felt that Vantage Point would be her new beginning and that she could show Mom that she could do well. It was a safe place for her to excel for the first time, and she continually got excellent grades. She served in leadership roles in the school and took leadership class every quarter. She also received many awards and recognitions of excellence. All of this while dealing with the uncertainties at home that each day brought. Striving to continue on her successful path, Jasmine decided she wanted to graduate a year early. She was doing extra classes, working hard, and knew that if Mom saw this accomplishment, she would finally be proud. Then the world came to a halt and crashed right before her eyes, testing us all with the pandemic. The opportunity to graduate early was no longer available. Her safe place disappeared, and life at home became extremely worse. She needed to get a job to help her mom before they lost everything, and Jasmine became very depressed. Who knew that a month later she would find herself performing CPR and saying goodbye to the very person she wanted to make proud. That day in June, her mom died. After much work to push through all the changes and pain, Jasmine finished her last 2 quarters of school in December, and she now awaits that special day when she'll put on her cap and gown and hear the cheers of a few family members, except for that empty seat where Mom would have sat. Until then, she finds herself working a full-time job, trying to figure out how to pay for college, all her personal needs, move out, and help her siblings. Still lost, she continues to persevere. Jasmine has a great sense of humor and a cheerful spirit. She's a mentor, leader, and friend that is striving to do her best and rise to the challenge. She will and has made her mark, and she will win. Congratulations, Jasmine. We are so proud of you. Would you like to say a few words?
I would like to say thank you guys for honoring me. And James, I'm so proud of you. And Edie, thank you so much for everything that you did for me, because I would be lost without you. And thank you so much, Vantage Point. You guys are my forever family. And I know my mom is really proud of me right now.
We're all very proud of you and your brother, James, Jasmine, and I know your mom's super proud of you also. Edie, are you with us still? Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all the members of the ACMCYA. We all appreciate everything you do and for making a difference with our students. Vantage Point and myself are so honored that not only Jasmine and James, but all of our other students are being recognized today. Jasmine is my heart song. She's someone I adore and respect and just am so proud of. And she has overcome so much and she does it with her head up. She is a person that loves on people. And I can't wait to see what her beautiful heart is going to do in this world, because she is going to touch lives just like, you know, we strive to do, but she's going to do even bigger things. So we're just proud of you, Jasmine. I'm proud of you, James, and we just adore and love you all.
Love you, Edie, so much.
Well, and that is all of our nominees this evening. On this last page, it shows all of your names. And if there is anyone that didn't get a chance to speak up and is online now, we'd love to hear from you. Being able to honor 24 amazing students is the highlight of my year for sure. And I just feel close and love you all dearly, and I'm so proud of you. Before I check again to see if anybody else is online, I attended the selection committee for Adams County last week, and I normally don't have the final results, you know, when we're in person, but to make it a little bit more special tonight, I'd like to announce that the city of Northglenn has 5 students that are going on to represent the county level on May 6th. And those students are Juan Arndondo, Annabelle Martinez, Evelyn Ann Smith, and James and Jasmine Torres. So congratulations to all of you. And again, if there's anyone, including I know our council, our mayor and council, would like to say a few words to you. And I'm so honored and proud of all of you. Thank you for letting me tell your stories.
Thank you, Jenny. Yes, and I do know that we have council members that would like to address the group. So I see Council Member Mullica and then Peterson.
All right, thank you so much. Wow. So I always love this time of year when we have, you know, these amazing students that get brought forward, and it feels like we did you a little bit of a disservice this year, right? Because we're meeting via, you know, WebEx, which is not fun. But I want you to know that although we can't personally see you and meet you and shake your hand and take a picture with you and everything that we typically do, your stories are amazing. Your triumphs are just lifting. I love hearing about the amazing people and young adults that you are. And so I just want to say thank you for everything that you had to overcome, especially during this last year with COVID. It's been a hard year for everybody, but especially those of you who unfortunately were never able to even go back to school yet. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. Thank you for everybody who nominated and took the time to nominate these amazing young adults, these beautiful people. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Thanks, guys.
Councilmember Peterson.
Thank you, Mayor. And a couple comments.
second to the students, but first of all to the teachers. And I'm a teacher as well. And I want to thank all of you for the hours and the time and the sacrifice that you do to lift up these outstanding students. All of you are on what I like to call the front lines of democracy and the front lines of social activism and change. And I want to tip my hat to you for the work you do and the work that you have done as manifested by these incredible stories of these young people. So thank you, educators, for doing that, and thank you for being here and your lifetime of service. For the students, you know, I'm humbled, I'm touched, I'm inspired. And as I listen to your stories, there's a few things that come to my mind here. And the first is it's not one that I need to tell you because you've already learned it. You've already practiced it. And that is that there is no one way to get where you're going, right? There's no one way to get where you're going, right? And that happens to all of us at every age and every step of life. If something isn't working for you, you stop, you regroup, you look yourself in the mirror, and you find another way. It's your life and it's your timeline, nobody else's. There is not one single way to achieve success. There's 1,000 different ways. And all of you have shown that here tonight. The other thing I want to just kind of suggest to you is education doesn't necessarily stop at middle school and high school. You know, it's a lifelong endeavor. And then here's the great thing. Just like I said earlier, there's not one way or one direction anywhere. Education is always there for you, right? If you go to school or college or trade school at 18 or at 80, it's always there for you to take when you want it, when you're ready for it. It's always there for you. And the final two things I want to say is, you know, celebrate your accomplishments and be proud and celebrate this with your families and with yourself. And when you go to bed at night, you're like, you bet I did that. And you deserve this award immensely. And as you go through life, if I may say, don't be afraid to give that back, right? Because all of us are the products of 1,000 people helping us along the way. There's an old phrase, and it's called, it takes a village, right? Nobody gets to where they're at alone. We all have friends and colleagues and teachers and parents and family and clergy and community members helping us along the way. And so give that back to, you know, your siblings and your cousins and young people in need as you go along your road. And the last thing I want to say is, I hope you never forget that you can do anything. And that's because you already have. Congratulations. Thank you.
Is Councilmember Escobar still with us? He was next. There he is.
No.
There you go.
There you go. Trying to manage many things. Randall, you couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it any better. You took the words out of my mouth. You stole my thunder. That's okay. I think the message that you gave not only to staff and students, but it'll go a long ways. I just love this mayoral commissioner award because when I was working in the schools as an intervention counselor, I nominated so many kids. And I remember the very first nomination that I had at Northglenn High School when Kathy Novak was the mayor. So I go back a long, long ways with this. And I love it. Vantage Point, Alan, are you there somewhere? If you are, you're doing an amazing job. I tell you that every year. I miss the banquet because I get to showcase a little bit. And if there's anything I like to do when I do that is to say, I was that student. I was that Vantage Point student. You know, I struggled. I graduated by the hair of my chin, which has gotten a little bit longer now. But it took me a while to get my act together. And, you know, I handled education the way you would eat an elephant, one bite at a time. You know, I remember I graduated in 64 from high school, got my associates in 77 after serving in the military. Then I got my bachelor's in 95 and I got my master's in 99. So one bite at a time, pretty much like Councilmember Peterson said, you know, just stay focused, ask for help. We all learned in first grade all the way through 12th grade, if you need something, raise your hand. Let people know what you need. Speak up. Say, I need my COVID vaccine. You know, I need lunch money. Whatever it is you need, speak up. I can assure you, and I guarantee you that somebody will be there to help you. Through this pandemic and through this storm, I've seen on the news numerous occasions where people are out helping people, not even being asked to help. So just imagine what you get if you raise your hand. Love you guys, teachers and staff. You've done a great job. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Downing.
Thank you so much. This is one of the best meetings of the year. And I get very moved by it. I want to agree, and I totally support everything that Councilwoman Malika and Councilman Peterson and Escobar have said. They couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it any better. I want to congratulate all of you for all your hard work. And it's true, you still are going to have to probably go through a lot more in life, but take it one step at a time. You know, you can do it. And then also for the nominators, thank you so much for taking that extra step and nominating these wonderful individuals and students. I know all of them are going to make a place in life and they're going to do great work. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Councilmember Goff.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to congratulate each and every one of the students that was nominated here tonight. I'm so impressed. You have accomplished more than many people could have, considering the obstacles that got thrown in your way. And so please realize that you are being honored, and you should be honored more than you are. I'm so glad I'm not on the committee that had to pick 5 out of the whole group, because I would have nominated you all or forwarded you all on. You represent the spirit of the best of Northglenn, and so thank you and congratulations. And I also did want to thank the teachers as well, because as a retired teacher, I know you don't always know what's going on in your students' lives. And so I want to thank the teachers for being the kind of teacher that students will talk to, and even beyond the time and effort they put into nominating their students. So this has been a wonderful, heartwarming and energizing evening. And I hope that each and every one of you, students and teachers, take away from tonight, the spirit to move forward and to that can-do attitude and to be proud of what you've done. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilford.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't know that I can add much more beyond what my fellow council members have said, but I just wanted to add my voice to the chorus here and just say that, this evening and this awards ceremony that we do every year is by far one of my most favorite things that we do as council members. I think the opportunity to recognize each and every one of you and how brave you've been and how courageous you've been and how much adversity you've faced and how you've come out so much stronger. And you're going to build the life that you want, not that somebody else sees for you. I just think is tremendously inspiring. And, I wish that we could be together this evening and truly get to celebrate you and meet each and every one of you, because I know COVID's just been a really tough year. But congratulations to each and every one of you, to the parents, to the teachers. I, for one, am rooting for you and whatever you choose to do next. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councilmember Brown.
I just want to congratulate everybody on their nominations, but I thought I would share, much like Antonio did, the flip side of life. I was out on my own by 16. I finished high school on my own. I put myself through college. Did not graduate for the sake of sanity. But I have been highly successful in my career. And I just want you guys to know that it is possible, and it is a struggle, and it's right foot in front of the other foot. Granola and oranges or noodles and corn were some staples in my life when I was growing up because it's what I could afford. But I know you guys can do it. And I also had an extremely rough 2020, and listening to each and every one of you, I think I need to put my pity party away and move on to 2021, because if you guys can do it, I can do it too. Thank you so much for living in Northglenn and putting such a great effort into your lives. You've all been dealt some really serious blows, and I'm just so proud. And I just want you to know you can do it, because I did, and so did Antonio.
Councilmember Whitkovich.
Thank you, Mayor. I think everybody has covered it, but I wanted to make sure that I speak up and congratulate all of the nominees. Your stories are very touching. I'm glad that we didn't have the gallery view up, because everybody probably would have seen me crying. But thank you so much for sharing your stories. Thank you to the teachers for nominating them all and for being there for these students. A special congratulations to the 5 who get to move on, but all of you deserve it. Just like Councilwoman Goff said, I wish all of you could go on. I'm really proud that you all are here going to school in Northglenn, and like everybody said, you're all going to do wonderful things, and we can't wait to watch. So thank you all for being here.
Well, going last means I don't have much to add. Just kind of doubling down on everything that you've heard. It is an amazing evening, and it is a big honor, and you are all well deserving of this recognition. Little thing I've noticed, because I get the benefit of having the full grid in addition to the screen, is Jasmine is everyone's cheerleader. And it was so nice to see how much she was just as happy for everybody else. And that was just really fun, something I noticed. But congratulations. Thank you all for spending the evening with us. It was such an honor to learn all about you. And thank you to the teachers as well. So we really appreciate you spending the evening with us. But that's all we have. So I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thanks
all.
Again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You have a good day.
And that is all we have, Council. So we are adjourned.